Hey guys, what's going on? So, for tonight's video, I want to just do my yearly prediction for the NBA Finals. Last year, it was the Warriors and the Cavaliers. I had projected that the Warriors were going to win. I believe I projected 5 games. I thought Cleveland was going to steal one, which they didn't. They swept, and obviously we know now LeBron ran off to the Lakers in the East. So now here we are again. A year later, we have the Warriors against the Raptors this year. So here's my thinking on it, very brief. I'm gonna stick with Warriors again. I'm definitely gonna say that the Warriors are going to win the finals this year. I'm glad to see a team. I was completely open to seeing either the Bucks or the Raptors in the finals. I was honestly thinking before that series even started that if the Bucks went in, they were actually going to give Golden State some trouble. That was my thinking. I was figuring the Bucks were probably going to win it in 6. Was my thinking that they were going to beat the Raptors, and to my surprise, after starting 0-2, the Raptors came back and they won it in 6. And Kawhi seems to have reformed to some previous mode from years ago. So now we got the Raptors, first time, okay, for them, versus the Warriors. I think it's going to be a good series. Now, I believe the series starts over in Toronto, as they had, I think it was the second best record in the league, but still the best record overall head-to-head in terms of the regular season record. So I think the breakdown for what I'm thinking is going to happen is the first 2 games in Toronto, I'm going to say they're going to split. So I don't know if maybe Toronto's going to take game 1. They're going to be coming hot because they're going to be still on a high from basically in the first finals, and Golden State bounces back. Or if Golden State's going to take game 1 because they've had, what do we figure, it's going to be about 9-10 days off by time that they actually play that game. I don't know. I just got a feeling that first 2 in Toronto, that's going to be a 1-1 split. I'm thinking Toronto is going to lose / Golden State is going to win games 3 and 4 in Golden State. Game 5 is going to be won by Toronto, and then game 6 is going to be won by Golden State, in which they will have won it in 6 games and be the champions this year. So that's my projection right now at this point, that the Warriors are going to win it. Got the fire alarm chiming in on my video. So my thoughts are that the Warriors are going to chime in, and they're going to steal it, and they're going to close it out in 6 at home. I think that's what's going to happen. That to put up a fight for the Raptors, they're going to put up a fight, but they're going to get shut down. And I'm thinking about this. Current predictions are thinking that KD is going to come back in either game 3 or 4 based on his current injury. On the basis of that, if that sticks, I got a feeling Steph is going to finally pop up in the finals, and I think he's going to get the MVP in this finals this year. Now, a lot of people are saying, are the Warriors a better team without KD? When you have someone like Kevin Durant, that's not even possible. That's like saying, were the Bulls better without Michael Jordan? No. Now, again, I'm not saying KD is Jordan. I'm a Jordan guy. I get that. But you're not going to have somebody of that caliber on your team take them away and say your team's better. I think what's going on is this is the 3rd year now that teams are preparing for this version. I'm going to call this version 2.0 of the Warriors. So this is what they're accustomed to. So this is what they're prepping for. Now you take Durant out of the equation. Well, okay, so now what do? You just go back and reform to your version 1.0. Before, when you had the other run before you got KD. I think that's what they're doing now, and that's how they're making it work. You're not a better team without Durant. You're a different team. So we got to understand it. So I think Curry is finally going to push through and determined to get the MVP in the finals, so he can kind of get that off there. If it's not him, I think it's going to have to be Clay. Now again, Iguodala, he did it. What was that? I think that was 15. I think it was. He got it on both the offensive and defensive side. They lost. I think it was in 16. I want to say, and then obviously then we know Durant won it in 17 and 18. So based on missing Durant, this Raptors team is a better team than LeBron's Cavaliers the past 4 years. That's not a doubt. There's no question about that. So if you go back on the previous 2 years, in the first at least 2, maybe first 3 games, well, you figure KD last year, the past 2 years in the finals, he was averaging 28.5 and 29 points per game in the finals. So now without KD, who else is going to step up to get you those other 28, 29, 30 points a game? That's what the Warriors got to figure out. So hopefully their defense is on point as it has been. Draymond Green, he's smartened up. He's been on point. Defense is there. He's leading it. He's not letting his mouth and his emotions get to him. So that's good. That's on point. So it's a possibility, but I think if the Warriors can just go and maintain their ground, and that's a worst case scenario until KD comes back. If he comes back, then they'll be good. He's just going to basically be in the back on the closing side. With Cousins, I'm surprised that he's even going to possibly come back. I don't know, but we'll see about that. So, long story short, Warriors will beat the Raptors in 6 back in Golden State. This is going to be their last year in this arena. Next year they start in the new arena. I would say most likely Steph is going to be the finals MVP. If not him, then it's going to be Clay. Because, again, supposedly he's going to be a free agent. So you could say, is he playing for a contract? I think he's going to stay in Golden State, but that's another video at another time. So that's how this is going to pan out. So starts in 3 days. We'll see if anything funky happens in the meantime. So let's check back. Let's see. This is Memorial Day. Starts in 3 days. Let's check back to this video around June 13th, June 14th, over about 2 week period of time, and see what happens. All right. Remember, I said it first.